Hey guys, I'm a Gaming Potato, and welcome back to our game of Factorio Space Age. As you can see, we are currently on Gleba. I've got my two recycling lines here, feeding down into my electromagnetic plant. You can see it's pretty small, but it is making 60 science per minute. Although it's a little slow right now just because we still don't have enough holmium ore. That's really just our bottleneck right now. So with that in mind, why don't we get more holmium ore by building another recycling line, as we do have enough scrap throughput to do so. So we'll go here, we'll grab the recycler, and we'll throw that right there. So it looks like we're missing some blue inserters. So why don't we just quickly make some. Actually, do I have some? Yeah, we can craft some right here. Alright, we'll go like this. There, just like that. And as we get some green circuits, it'll start to craft some for us. Now we are pulling off a lot of the red and blue circuits, which do get crunched down into green circuits. So why don't we just go like this. And we can get all of our green circuits here. We're missing 2, it looks like. Alright, why don't we just upgrade these guys? Alright, so with our third line here, let's see, what do we need? I think we're really just looking for holmium ore. Now, we don't quite have full throughput here. If you notice, we're not getting a steady 8 items per second, or 8 items on each individual belt piece, which is what we should be getting if we're maxed out. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to branch off of this. Actually, why don't we just go like this? Input priority to the left. And then we'll have this line come down. And this will input priority to the right. That way these two lines are always being pulled from first. And if needed, excess material will be pulled from these lines. And that leaves us with this extra line here. So now we're at about 90% of our holmium needs. Yeah, we got holmium coming in there. So for our holmium needs, we need 1.15 ore per second. And if we look at scrap recycling, we have a 1% chance to get it. Which means if we had 100 machines, we would be making... it's hard to say if that's around 1 per second, as a crafting time is 0.2. But it's not very consistent with the way scrap recycling works. So at the very least, we are increasing our throughput of holmium, as we have 90 recyclers. Wow, 150. That was pretty quick. I don't think we'll need any more than that. And then I've got a provider chest set up for my electromagnetic plants. So those can be shipped off. Here it looks like we've got 150 accumulators. So let's see, what can we build with that? Not quite that. And we'll save a couple lightning rods. We got 70 more. Oh, that, yeah, that wasn't right. Yeah, we got so many lightning rods here. Okay, I think we're good. Another thing I've done is I added an extra power supply here. We've got enough water production and solid fuel to run these here to give us some buffer. So this accumulator drain is going to drain slower because we've got this buffer here. You can see it's at max consumption right now. So we are using more power as we've got this extra stack running. Hopefully, though, we'll have enough charge to last through the night. If not, we can always add more steam power here. Yeah, we'll see how close we get. just made it. Nice. I think I want to change the way this train works. I want to increase the train's throughput. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another cargo train here. Another cargo trailer. And so we're going to move 2 of these lines over. And we'll just set this to manual. There we go. Oops, that's a little too close. What's going on here? There we go. Now we'll leave this like this. Eventually it'll drain this side here. You can see though, we're not slowing down. These 2 inserters are able to fully pull off 30 items per second here. Make sure these guys are full of fuel. Alright, so we're going to head to scrap in. And now we're just going to change this setup here. Yeah, so we'll let this drain. So what we want is two lines like this. Yeah, we're gonna have to move all of this here. So we'll drain this out. Get rid of all of that. All right, so we want 4 lines. Actually, no. Okay, we're gonna go like this. There, this will give us 4 lines. Oh, of course, this whole thing's 1 tile away. All right, now we shouldn't have to mix our lines. There is our fourth line. Actually, I think yeah, let's move this. Train refueling there. Damn, those trains load fast. Yeah, these two will empty shortly. Throughput here looks good. So, if we want to add a fourth line, I think I'm going to have to move the power plant here. Wow, looks like we're actually short on stone right now. Interesting. I think I'll have to add stone to these. Alright, so if I move the power plant something like right here. And then we'll just have to bring water over. And now we can add a fourth salvaging line. Yeah, it looks like we're out of red belts again. Well, let's just go like this. Need to steal a couple belts. This will be yellow belts and red belts. All right, that's going to make some belts for us. That is line number 4. Yeah, it's coming along pretty good. We could even go like this. Oh yeah, look at that. Fits right there too. Nice. The fourth line's up and running. So again, we mainly want holmium ore. How are we doing for science? 2.7 thousand. Wow. Alright, well, while we've got this going, I think we can get ready to launch our rocket by building our rocket silo. So I do have a rocket silo and a cargo landing pad ready to go. We do need to make rocket fuel though. For rocket fuel, we're going to need solid fuel and light oil. And since we have our heavy oil extraction right here, turn heavy into light oil. And let's see how much we need for rocket fuel. Right, rocket fuel is done here. So 0.8 heavy per second. Oh yeah, so like 1 or 2 machines should be enough. And we'll need water as well. Let's move this over here. Alright, we got water. I think we'll have to move this forward a little bit. Alright, there's our light oil. And now we just need to feed in the solid fuel. Alright, looks good. Now we can extract the rocket fuel. Now, why don't we grab extra solid fuel here? There, now we're gonna grab, or we've grabbed a bunch of extra solid fuel. We got rocket fuel. Now we need low density structures and blue circuits. I think we can get rid of this now. Oh yeah, we probably don't want to mix these. Alright, let's go like this. There we'll have all the blue chips running down a line. And all the low density structures running down a line. Alright, we've got all of our rocket parts. Now, I'm going to want to build the silo within the confines of the logistics network. So, something like right here should be good. And we'll build the cargo landing pad right beside it. Oh, and of course I built these backwards. Nice. So before we actually get this going, I want to put some productivity modules in there. So I need green, red, and blue circuits. Why don't we go like this? And this will give us some room to do that. All right, tier 1, tier 2. All right, we're good to go. And we're only going to need 4 of these. Yeah, I don't think I have any. So I don't want to pull off too many low density structures or blue circuits, as I am going to need those to make plastic, copper, and green and red circuits. Alright, this should be the last one that we need. And there we go. We'll throw those guys in here. Oh yeah, we're short on power. There we go. Alright, we're ready to build our rockets. Wow, look at that. We've got excess holmium ore. That's awesome. Everything else is looking good. 3,000 science. I'm basically waiting to get 5,000 science because then we'll make our mech armor. Yeah, this guy's using almost 14 megawatts of power. I think we can add some additional steam power here. What do we need? Iron plate and pipes. Yeah, we're really short on pipes. We'll just get us some iron plates here. There, hopefully we can have enough power to last through the night with all this extra production. Because we are burning through a lot of solid fuel now. Yeah, look at that. We're bleeding these lines dry now. And it's sucking that back fast. Wow. That took all of a couple seconds. So we need faster trains, basically. So I wonder if these lines are going to back up. Yeah, there, these lines are full. So we could have faster throughput here. We can utilize the other side of the cargo wagons. Damn, we're out of inserters. There, this should help throughput. It's a good way to do this. Yeah, I think if we go like this. There, this will help throughput. Yeah, look how fast that loads. Yeah, we're still not fast enough though, so we need to make more bulk inserters, which means we need more green circuits. I need to make a little garbage can here. Alright, why don't we just filter off some green circuits. We need 8 of these, and we have 6. No, actually, we need 16 of these. Couple rockets ready to go. Yeah, we just need a ton more electric circuits here. Yeah, we got a lot of them coming through right now. There we go. This will help with throughput, speeding up our train load time. Yeah, look how fast that loads. Wild. What's this? There's, what's it asking for? Oh, this box is damaged. Yeah, these get bled off so fast. I can't believe we're backed up on holmium ore. You never see that. Alright, we're missing out on sticks. Oh, is this guy just not getting any iron ore? Or iron plates? Yeah, we might have to add iron plates onto our filter here. Alright, well, I think it's time to send our transport ship over here. We'll head to Fulgora. We'll turn on our Fulgora requests here. I think I'm probably going to manually load these for the first load, though, because we have several thousand science, lots of EM plants, and other components we want to bring back with us. Yeah, I got 37 electromagnetic plants. We want to bring some recyclers, too. Oh, yeah, that's why there's no plates. Okay, so I don't think we actually need these iron plates on the filter list. I think we can use more ice, though. And this will be my inventory dump for when we leave the planet. Our ship is almost in orbit. And the base is looking pretty good. Accumulator charge looks good. We're not hitting 0 power. I think our base is fully self-sufficient now. Just going to add some constructor bots here in case we ever need to build or move stuff while we're off planet. Alright, we are in orbit. We're going to grab all of this science. Now, I'm not going to bother building multiple rocket silos as our throughput here for resources we need to bring back are pretty low. We could build multiple rockets, but yeah, we don't really need it on Fulgora. Although it might actually be nice to use a couple beacons. Just need some steel. There, why don't we build 2 beacons? Oh, I already have a bunch of beacons. There we go. That should speed our rocket production up. $22 megawatts of power, though. Yeah, look at that power dip. So if we want to build mech armor, we need 200 holmium plates and a bunch of other stuff. Doing 400 of those. Just going to turn that off. There, with that we can make mech armor. And then 2 more rocket launches. Oh, actually, I want to bring back some recyclers with me. I've got 5. I don't really feel like 5 is enough. There, we'll build some extra recyclers to bring home. And I think I'm going to add recyclers right here. Using a passive provider chest. That way that is in the logistics network, so we can call these from orbit when we're back on Novice. Alright, how much science do we have? 3,000 there. This will be 4,000 science. Once we get another 166 more. So we'll still need another 1,000 science, but I think we may as well just head back to Novice now, as this base is basically complete. How many recyclers? There, we can do 10, so let's send up some recyclers. Look at that, for just like a split second there, we ran out of power. I'm worried about using too much additional solid fuel, though. We have enough room here to add one more line. It's not much, but it's something. Just need a couple more science. Yeah, that science productivity bonus is huge with these electromagnetic plants. Alright, 7 more. Alright, next rocket will be for me. Oh, how many EM plants? I didn't send up the electromagnetic plants. Wow, you can only send up 5 at a time. Well, I think it's worth going like this. And making some more speed modules. Let's move this over here. There's a piece of garbage there. We want to send a bunch of these back to Novice. These electromagnetic plants are basically the most important part of this planet. It'll totally change the way Novice works for almost all the components that this plant can actually produce for us. Yeah, we're low on power again. All right, well, we're at the 1 hour mark. And we're so close to being done here. So I'm just going to launch the last couple rockets we need. We want to get a bunch of these electromagnetic plants launched. And some recyclers. Yeah, I've got 10 recyclers, that's enough. We want some more electromagnetic plants, though. I have some blueprints here that use them. We can get a full red belt of green circuits with just 2. And we'll need 16 to get a full red belt, or a full red belt of red circuits. So I'm going to need 20 for sure. I've got 20 plus 5 here. So I think one more launch of EM plants. Alright, that should be it. I will dump my inventory. And the next rocket is going to be for me. So it only took 2 episodes, about 2 hours of content for us to get everything set up here and automated and ready to leave the planet. I think our power issues will probably go away once... Oh yeah, I don't have any of my drones. There. Yeah, I think our power issues will go away once we finish launching rockets here. All right. 30 EM plants. Yeah, it's going to be a while for the next 1,000 science packs. All right, here we go. We're officially leaving the planet, and hopefully we don't run into any problems. It should be able to fully automate itself from here. Oh, I realized I did forget one thing. We need to launch my construction bots. Yeah, 200 construction bots sitting there. Back to Fulgora. We'll add a request. Oh, wait. Because I don't have... Oh my god, what is going on here? Yeah, because I don't have quality selected, I can't actually request my rare robots. Well, that's fine. So yeah, anyways, if you enjoy my content, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll have more episodes soon. Alright, thanks. Bye.